Battle through the firmament. Grand world. Chapter 344. Refining. You want that heavenly beast? Mahiyu was slightly startled when she heard Xiaoyan's words. After which, she nodded her head in understanding. The blood flame scaled beast being able to appear in the outer mountains means that there are natural treasures nearby that are sufficient to attract it. However, with your strength, it is somewhat unrealistic for you to kill the blood flame scaled beast. Her pretty eyes looked at Xiaoyan and Mahiyu laughed bitterly. She shrugged her shoulders and said. Xiaoyan nodded. How could he not know that the blood flame scaled beast was the only heavenly beast he knew? Although the latter was considered an extremely powerful existence among Emperor cultivation heavenly beasts, it would be even harder to obtain another heavenly beast if he missed this one. There are no other heavenly beasts in the outer mountain. There is only one blood flame scaled beast. This is my only chance. After revealing his thoughts, Xiaoyan felt extremely helpless. He had no idea how to deal with this heavenly beast. I could have asked Big Brother to help you, but he is going to take the graduation exam soon. Time is of the essence. I don't think he will care about this matter. Mahiyu pouted and her tone was full of apology. Xiaoyan smiled. He did not plan to ask Mahuyang and the others to help him. Mahiyu's words did not cause any waves in his heart. After Grandma Bai's treatment, the poison has been completely controlled. As long as I consume the poison dissolving pill, the poison will be completely removed. I still have some time. Let's think of another way. After chatting casually with Mahiyu, Xiaoyan got up and took his leave. This time around, apart from understanding about the blood flame scaled beast, he came to see Mahiyu to thank her for helping Kalen in illusory spirit space. With Mahiyu's help, Kalen's harvest in the illusory spirit space was also quite bountiful. She obtained 2 Emperor rank origin bead. After refining it during this period of time, Kalen's strength had already stabilized at the 8 Monic spirit and was much stronger than before. Oh right, the blood essence of Emperor cultivation level heavenly beast. You can go to Capital of Chaos and take a look. There are many different kinds of things there. Perhaps there will be the blood essence of heavenly beast there. Mahiyu stood up and pondered for a moment. Then, she spoke out the thoughts in her heart. Xiaoyan nodded his head, and a glimmer of hope appeared in his eyes. Realm in Valley. Mahuyang was dressed in white, standing on top of King Chu. He looked into the distance with a calm expression, holding a black jade plate in his hand. On the jade plate was the content of the graduation exam. Glancing at the contents of the jade plate, Mahuyang smiled and put away the jade plate. He muttered to himself, another 3 missions, exactly the same as the holy rank trial. After that, he let out a soft sigh, and Mahuyang's body moved. He rushed out of the valley. Every student would have the graduation exam before they left the academy. Although it was called an exam, it was actually an assessment of the academy's individual strength. They would list out a few missions to complete, and these missions, most of them were to gather resources for the academy or to defeat the enemy. After all, at such a time in the academy, he couldn't waste his cultivation resources for nothing. This kind of graduation examination, it was more like paying tuition. In Capital of Chaos, under the endless prosperity, there was a bottomless darkness and evil. Countless gangs stood in a forest, secretly, dividing up every inch of land and every resource. On the surface, it was flourishing and prosperous. West Capital, within the Silver Moon Group. The sect master of Silver Moon Group, Luo Jun, sat in the seat of honor. The wine cup in his hand was rotating slowly. He looked at a middle-aged man who was sitting at the bottom like a poisonous snake and said, after waiting for so many days, the fish has finally taken the bait. Master Zhao, it's all up to you this time. The middle-aged man had a sinister look in his eyes. It was Zhao Qingshan, who had rushed over from Myriad Spirit City. After hearing Luo Jun's words, Zhao Qingshan laughed loudly and said, rest assured, Sect Master Luo. If what you said is true, Mahuyang's soul power is his weakness. With my soul power, I can definitely suppress him. At that time, It will be up to Sect Master Luo and everyone else. After saying that, Zhao Qingshan raised his wine glass and said to the higher-ups of Silver Moon Group, Master Zhao is being too polite. You are the main force this time. That's right, if we can injure Ma Huyang with our soul energy, it will be much easier to kill him. Upon seeing Zhao Qingshan speak, the higher-ups of Silver Moon Group hurriedly raised the glasses and said. Their words sounded like they were trying to curry favor with Zhao Qingshan. When he heard these people trying to please him, Zhao Qingshan could not help but laugh. After exchanging a few pleasantries, he drank the wine in his glass in one gulp. Luo Jun let his subordinates suck up to Zhao Qingshan. He only smiled and drank the wine in his cup. When he raised his head, his eyes emitted a cold light. When Shaoyan returned to Heavenly Peak, Guyuan and Zhu Kun had already left. The torture during this period had exhausted both of their bodies and minds. Under Kalen's persuasion, the two of them reluctantly left. After telling Kalen about the thoughts in his heart, Shaoyan also considered it carefully. In the end, he decided to go to Capital of Chaos and try his luck. Although he had borrowed the Heaven Cauldron, it was too difficult to kill an Emperor Cultivation Heavenly Beast. With his current strength, even if he used the Buddha Fury Fire Lotus, he was afraid that it would not cause much harm to an Emperor Cultivation Heavenly Beast. You have been busy during this period of time for Zuna. Rest for a while. After Grandma Bai treated the injuries in Zuna's body, the anxiety in Kalen's heart also lessened a lot. At this moment, when she saw Shaoyan's weary face, she could not help but feel sorry for him. Seeing the gentle light flowing in Kalen's eyes, Shaoyan also nodded his head obediently. During this period of time, he had almost walked around the entire Yunlo. He was really a little tired. He remembered Zuna's safety in his heart. Shaoyan only rested for a moment before he woke up. His mind felt blank, as if he couldn't remember anything. Still not strong enough. Clenching his fists tightly, Shaoyan could not help but laugh at himself. His eyes were filled with sadness. When he thought of Zuna's pale face, the anger in his heart towards the Star Sky Academy burned uncontrollably. Suddenly, Shaoyan's expression changed. He opened his fist and looked at his palm. There was a faint symbol lying quietly in his hand. It was the large amount of Wu Shaoqis that Wu Shaoqi had poured into his body. Shaoyan's eyes flashed. He did not hesitate anymore. He bent his legs and formed a hand seal. He used the rune in his palm as a guide to search for the location of the origin monic key. Since he was going to the capital of chaos, it would be beneficial to increase his strength as much as possible. Even if he did obtain the blood essence of an Emperor Cultivation Heavenly Beast, it would still be beneficial to him. He would have enough strength to protect himself. Inside his body, a red origin key was tightly coiled like a thread, appearing to be quite solid. The origin monic kiss on it were even thicker than the monic emperors of monic emperor demons. As Shaoyan closed his eyes and took a deep breath, the origin energy ball suddenly exploded. Under Shaoyan's precise control, this origin key instantly injected into the latter's limbs and bones. Shaoyan could not help but exclaim. The fiery red origin monic kiss were wildly swallowed by all the meridians in his body. Finally, they flowed into the origin monic crystal. A huge metal clanging chain was slowly formed. Bang! In merely a moment, another two huge chains appeared within Shaoyan's body. The third chain seemed to have an outline that was extremely similar. 4 Peak of Monic King. This was Shaoyan's current strongest strength. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.